And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. Hey, hope y'all are having a good day. And if not, yeah, sorry. After that dramatic reading,
just reads from Revelation. And it is like, hey, what's going on, guys?
Hope y'all are having a great day. And if not, we're here to make it worse. The world is ending.
I mean, that's just a given, but... Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Anyway,
welcome back to our grand finale of Mech Month. And this one, I have a special guest, continuing on from the previous episode. Say hello again to Hayden.
Hello again. Oh, wait, no, you were talking to them to say hello again.
Yeah.
Yes, Guten Tag, it is I, the guest.
And also continuing on from last week, we are reviewing my drawing of one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, or four monstrous robots of the apocalypse. This one is War, the Ox.
Yeah.
The
something about
Cyclops.
this. What first thing is that you are putting an insane and absolutely absurd amount of detail into this one. Like the most that I've seen out of your drawings. Like, dang, this is looking like some greebles from like Lego build or something.
Yeah. Yes, I was very inspired by like 80s, 90s anime where there'll just be this shot of like a robot or a spaceship or some sort of mechanical thing where there's just all of the detail.
Yeah. It makes me think of that one shot in the 1980 Transformers movie.
Yes.
Where Unicron is transforming.
Yes.
And you could see just like every little detail.
Any shot of Unicron.
Yeah.
That's like, that's the one thing in an animated film that will always make me go, ooh, the detail.
It's stuff like some of the detail in like Akira.
Yeah.
Stuff. Except that
Definitely.
One that was more like detail in
The background
like
shots.
the background, like buildings and towns and stuff. It's like when you see the crowds moving, and stuff. It's just like you would expect that to be in any other anime or something. You'd expect that to be like the still shot with the camera like zooming in and out with like the speed lines on it, and then it's like like that.
Yeah.
But that one just went full on with just showing everybody moving.
Oh, absolutely.
And you don't even notice it at first because you just like, oh yeah, they're all moving. Oh, they're all moving.
Yeah.
Oh.
That must have taken a while to draw. Just, Akira, Ghost in the Shell, Jinro.
Ooh, yeah. Love me some Jinro.
I think there was a few shots in like Cowboy Bebop or something, but like Transformers the movie,
just something about
a lot of mecha shows from the 80s.
Something about this Ox fella. Number one, I love how just extremely angry he looks.
Yes.
He just looks so stressed and furious, and I love it.
War.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. Looking at his face, it kind of looks like I don't know why, but the name Bale comes to mind for him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know. It just... He's got a lot of personality.
Well, he dodoesn't have ox horns in this one. I drew him with
with
ram's
ram
horns.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. And that was a mistake that I made, but I loved the way they turned out so much that I left them there. So I actually drew this I think this was actually the first drawing I did for Mecha Month, and I started it way back in June, and I worked on it here and there for maybe a few days, a week or so, and then I left off and only recently finished it in like January. But yeah, I drew this one, and then I redrew him and the other 3 horsemen in the other video. Or I started to draw him, and in there I corrected the horns, but yeah.
Yeah. I like the detail that you're putting into this pendant thing.
Yeah.
I actually haven't really had a chance to take a good look at it in the completed picture that you showed me, but yeah, this it looks kind of like, I don't know, like a mural or something.
Yeah, I was trying to get it to look like one of those like Greek, pendant things, or like a shield or something like that, just has, just all sorts of, or like, like a Revolutionary War button. That where it's just got like a whole coat of arms or like a little battle scene or something in
and it's just like
I always find those really hard to draw.
They are, and like I don't know, those things always fascinated me because it's just like it's just a button, chill.
Yeah. But that's just a sign of like, regality or whatever. Is I have a button that has a mural of my life on it.
That my button is more valuable than your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
it's just flaunting your
especially
position.
In this case, because you think about these godlike robot things, and little tiny dude.
Yeah, I decided to add a little human for scale.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, this is supposed to be set in like a like medieval fantasy setting where it's just these monstrous apocalyptic robots versus these knights.
Yeah, it feels like one of those like nebulous time periods where you could have like Sparta, but it's modern or something.
Yeah. Steampunk Sparta.
Yeah,
that's what this is.
Something like that, where it's like the time period and the advancement level isn't connected at all.
Yeah.
It's just like, you have like steampunk Sparta right next to I don't know, Ethiopia with AK-47s or something. I feel like that's kind of the setting.
Yeah.
It's just like it's anything.
Yeah.
And especially, just given the nature of giant god robots.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, going back to the pendant, it looks like, I don't know, the scale is definitely different than what I had originally thought. I thought they were, like massive.
Well, yeah, actually they are supposed to be, but I just kind of put the dude in there.
Yeah, it's just good shot.
I mean, I wouldn't have been able to draw the dude at the detail I did if I made him small.
That's true.
I think, like going back to Transformers, Unicron to Optimus Prime, or no, Optimus didn't fight Unicron in the movie. Rodimus Prime, or me Grimlock kick butt. Grimlock and versus Unicron. That would be this knight versus war.
Yeah. It makes me think of the scene from Prime where Unicron is emerged. What spoilers for season 1 to a show that came out in like 2012.
Mm-hmm.
But when Unicron's awakening and he's having like those stone avatars.
Oh yeah,
and then there's the big
golems.
one.
Yeah.
Kind of
Stuff
that, like that size.
Some Shadow of the Colossus type stuff.
Yeah. Well, let's make it bigger.
The Shadow of the Colossus, that's his toe. So is he planet size? Nah, we gotta fit him in the atmosphere. Mata Nui! We could have Mata Nui. Robot. Spoilers for that too.
So, I did have a question about this in the last one where it said the 4 angel generals of the apocalypse.
Yes.
So I was curious, like, do they have armies of like little minions, or do they have like armies of people their size?
No. Okay. So the idea, because I was coming up with some vague semblance of a storyline, is that it kind of basically follows exactly the Book of Revelation, but it's set in medieval fantasy with mechs for angels.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have armies of smaller angels at their command that are smaller sized robots. They'd only be like, Optimus Prime sized or whatever.
Yeah.
And so that way you can build up to the big ones. You start with the little fights. Your character gets a little more powerful. Do a little bit of power creep, or you have these guys show up at the. Oh, that was the other thing. I watched this anime called what was it? It was like Dragon's Paradise or something. It was okay. But it looked beautiful.
Yeah.
And it was about these giant mechs in the desert, and it looked like Mobius type art.
Ooh, yeah.
And the mechs were just so beautifully detailed. And one of them kind of looked like, well, not like this at all, really. He had like this monstrous head and like scrawny body, but it was really cool, and it helped, kind of give an idea for something like this. But
also,
that was good.
Yeah, while we're here, goodness, the detail.
Yeah, I did a lot of shading, cross-hatching shading on it too to add, kind of. And the detail actually, it seems like, in the shoulder you can see where like there's pistons and stuff going here and there, and it's all about giving the illusion of purpose. You don't actually have to give every detail a purpose.
Yeah, it's I noticed that like some of the armor kind of looked muscular.
Yeah.
Like a musculature, but that's like the thing is, that wouldn't actually work.
Yeah.
Is having like musculature armor, that's literally just armor that like would look nice.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, I like how this dude. He kind of reminds me of the elves in the prologue to Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh yeah. I was definitely going for that sort of thing. There's one anime I haven't seen yet. I think it's called The Record of the Logos or Lodos War, something like that. And but I really like the armor designs in that.
Oh, cool.
And also like old like Dungeons and Dragons, that era of fantasy, like 80s fantasy type stuff.
Stuff that you
Berserk,
see on the weathered instruction manual.
Yeah.
Where they took time and effort to put in like, editor's note, like, we want you to have fun like that and stuff. It just, it feels like charming.
But also, Berserk, I said that. There's just that sort of style of armor and stuff that you'd see in.
I don't know why I'm so hung up on this medallion, but I feel like it's one of those things that, like, the size of it is just the size of like a small city.
Yes.
And it's this giant mural thing, like if it's like a mural of an actual like cityscape, then people could live in it. No.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
I live in a medallion.
Oh, that's what it was. That's why I brought up the Dragon Paradise or whatever it was that he was like a really big guy, like kind of like Warheer, and then he had like all of his smaller minions that he sent out.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
I don't know why I tried doing his cape blue first, and then I switched it to red.
Back in black. Oh, no, that is red.
I actually messed up. The part under his chin is supposed to be part of his cape, but
oh,
it looks okay.
I thought that was a goatee all this time.
Well, no. That is his goatee.
Oh,
the part that's under his chin. But I meant like under his neck, right here, in between his horn and his.
Okay. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why it was all cross-hatched out, and I didn't have any detail there.
Yeah.
That was another reason why I gave him a cape, was so I wouldn't have to draw. I wouldn't have to draw a second shoulder.
Yep.
But just the concept of this like mountain-sized cape
Yeah. I've always loved it whenever something like a giant robot that has absolutely no need for clothes or anything like that it just has a cape.
Yeah.
Because why not?
But with all this exposed like mechanical stuff, I guess, a cape would kind of work.
Yeah, sort of.
To kind of keep dirt out.
Or he gets tangled in it.
Yeah, probably. No capes.
No capes.
Yeah.
Experimenting with colors.
Yeah, I tried a bunch of different things. Of course, I love it the most. Just ink.
Yeah.
Just ink. That's beautiful.
Yeah. It really brings out the highlights of just the detail and look at that armpit.
Yeah.
What a magnificent armpit. I wish my armpit looked that good.
What are you talking about? You got fabulous armpits.
Thank you, good sir.
But yeah, I feel like with the detailing and stuff, you have to have some things that are that do serve a purpose, and then other tiny greebles that are just there to add detail and just make the illusion of purpose.
It's also impressive that you did this in under 4 hours.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it only took me that long. Once you get into the rhythm of drawing detail and you kind of figure out patterns and pieces you can reuse, it goes by a lot quicker.
Yeah, that kind of goes with everything. Is once you get into the flow, then all of a sudden it's just like everything else disappears.
Yeah.
And stuff like writing or painting or anything like that. It's just like you can be so aggravated with the idea of doing it where you're just like, oh man, that seems impossible, and then it's just do it, and then you get started doing it and you're like, oh, okay.
You know what maybe I should have done is add like a little mountain range that goes up in front of this guy's like leg here, and then I could have had this guy is still standing on like this little cliff or whatever, but his cliff is like 100 miles away from this guy, and he's still to this exact same scale. Yeah. That would have sold the scale, I think.
I kind of like
a cliff in front of him.
Yeah, I kind of like.
I should have put like a little castle. Just maybe I should have like added more. No. Because part of making him look so big is making him go out of the screen. Yeah. Out of the frame. Yeah. This is... So the coloring. I wasn't too happy with it.
I was going to mention this shot kind of looks like, I don't know, like a divine like aura or something.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, like the armor plating has been like blessed or, cursed or something.
Yeah.
So it like actually glows.
Yeah, I like it in this monochrome scale here. Yeah. But the full color image, there's something about it. I just kind of did a light touch up just to do the color, just to kind of get the idea of where the colors go and stuff, like this one.
Yeah.
But overall, I feel like I probably could have done better with it somehow. Maybe I should have done 2-tone shading or 3-tone shading.
The thing that I'm noticing is that the dude, the little guy, looks very, very nicely colored.
Oh, thank you.
Like the silver and the blue complement each other, and the green cloak looks really very nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
But yeah, something as big as this dude would be very difficult to fully color in because there's so much you can do with it.
Maybe I should have splotched some like dirt or something all over it. Like, what did it even look like? I don't want him to look like it came from a swamp. So I'm not gonna like drape a bunch of like.
Well, that's the thing, stuff. Is that he's so big that adding detail would mean you'd have to get zoomed in as far as you can possibly go.
Yeah.
Just to get it to look convincing.
Yeah, because like, I don't know, like, they're probably from space or an extra dimension or something. So I don't really see the point in like having like. Although it would be pretty cool to have like little trees growing on him or something to give more scale, but that would be really cool.
Yeah,
I did a drawing kind of like that where I tried to make this thing look like it was planet size, or something. So I drew like
the giant like space skeleton thing.
Yeah. I might do a video about that later.
Yeah, that one looked really good. Yeah. But yeah, I like this gradient color. It looks very like Dawn of the Apocalypse type thing.
Yeah, and I wanted to have like the red on the bottom to be like the fire coming up.
Yeah.
You know, and then like the dark, smoky sky.
Yeah, it feels like twilight or dusk. Some kind. But yeah. Awesome.
All right. Well,
very, very impressive.
About the end there. So, thank you so much for joining me for these.
No problem. Thank you for having me. Sorry for the yawn.
You sound very enthused.
I'm very enthused. It was just a poorly timed yawn.
And thank you all to everybody who enjoyed Mech Month, or I hope you enjoyed Mech Month. Maybe you hated it, but thanks for watching the video anyway.
Even if you hated it, give us a like.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's the next logical course of action. Because either way, if you click on the video, you're still giving us a view. So it still is in our benefit, even if you dislike the video. So if you give us a like, then it's just the natural course of action. It just works.
And then, if you like the video, you might watch some of the other videos and like those. So you might want to subscribe to the channel.
So even if you hated this video, we still have you. We have still caught you in our clutches.
Out of all the weird stuff on my YouTube channel, there might be something out there that you like.
we have our ways. We have ways of making you engage with the channel.
Anyway, all right. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you for joining me again. All right, we'll see you back here for another video next month where we'll be starting something different, I hope. Yes. Or there might still be some robots left over. We'll see.
Yeah, stay hydrated and get plenty of rest. And we hope you have a magnificent day no matter where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.